Hello. Welcome back to our podcast. We are filling your ear holes again.
That's disgusting.
Why?
I don't know. Holes just sounds
We are,
intense.
though. It's just facts.
I don't know.
The truth hurts sometimes.
Like tickling their
It's
eardrums.
disgusting
That sounds
sometimes.
Nicer.
Tickle, 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 tickle.
No
tickle,
ASMR.
tickle.
Swerve it, swerve it.
All right, Eric. How's it going?
I'm actually good.
Wow.
I'm feeling good, yeah.
You got energy.
Yeah.
You didn't have energy like an hour ago to do this podcast, but now you have the energy.
Yeah, it was not to do this podcast. It was just energy in general.
Oh, what do you think? How do you think you found that energy?
Playing guitar.
Just that little time?
Yeah, it does that for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I have anything that like pumps me up like that.
Yeah, play guitar or play drums. That just like you jam with the music and it gives you a second wind.
I think now that I think about it, I think mine is like fresh air.
Fresh air.
Yeah, I feel like if we were to
Going
go
outside.
for a walk right now, I need that little. Well, I mean, you walk, me in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
You got the fresh air.
maybe I'm trying to like mimic that exercise feeling, even though
Vitamin
I'm not
C,
getting the exercise.
Serotonin.
Exactly. But I'm not actually getting that because I'm not actually exercising. But maybe it's
Yeah.
like sympathy pains when you're pregnant.
Could
Maybe I'm like getting sympathy
while I'm
serotonin.
pushing you, what if you like wave your arms in circles over and over again? So you're doing something physical.
We can try that next time.
People would stare.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Evie and Eric are still taking over the podcast.
I don't know how
Good one.
What's like a discreet way I can cough?
You just don't cough.
I need like a mute button. Like in the pro studios, you can just mute your mic for a second.
Yeah, true. Except we're using one mic, so we can't mute that.
Because I feel like I clear my throat a lot.
Maybe if everybody tells 10 friends, everyone that's listening right now tells 10 friends about this podcast, and then they all listen, we'll have enough people listening that brands will want to throw in a sponsor, pay us, we can get a second mic, and then we won't have to hear you cough ever again.
I would happily rep a mute button sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to tell the people listening what we did today, or do you want me to start off the story?
Start it off. It's more exciting for you.
It's more exciting for
I think
me?
it's more exciting for you.
To tell what I did or
Yeah,
what
like
you did?
what you did was more exciting.
Why?
Because you've been looking forward to it. It's a whole process.
I know, but yours was like more jarring.
I guess.
Okay, so today I went to see my hair stylist.
I don't know.
Well,
that sounds right to me.
Hairstylist. Well, I always think like she's doing more than just styling my hair. She's coloring my hair. She's cutting my hair. My hair professional.
Hair brand manager.
My hair brand manager. Okay, I went to see the person that makes me look good in the hair department. Exactly. Thank you.
Chief hair officer.
Oh my God, we're finishing each other's sentences. Oh, we're moving up in life.
I thought I had a good one with chief hair officer, and she just
Sorry.
ignored that one.
Okay, so anyways, I saw my chief hair officer today.
Hey.
And it's good. It's a good title. Anyways, her name is Kim. She's my cousin's girlfriend. And anyway, she does an amazing hair job. And I finally, after how many months has it been since February?
5?
5 months. That's it.
2 to 7.
March, April, May, June, July. We're in July.
Yep.
5. Okay. So it's been 5 months and I haven't got my hair done in 5 months. And I've been trying to go like really, really white blonde. Let the record show, Eric just rolled his eyes.
No, my eyes were tired. I was stretching them.
You just said you had second wind.
No, but my eyes are tired. I was not really. I want you to go full like Vince Neil in 1980s.
Okay. First of all, this is another topic, but I never get your references.
Motley Crue's lead singer, Vince Neil. You saw The Dirt?
Okay, I understand that now. But I didn't know who Vince Neil was
One
before
for the
he made the
teenagers.
thing. Anyways, I was trying to go really white blonde, like platinum blonde, because what I'm actually trying to do, which has been the goal since, to be honest, it's been the goal since 2017.
I never get your references. How many more are there?
There's so many.
Okay,
like
sorry.
today in the chair, you made like, okay.
No.
We're doing a side
Good
tangent.
Lord.
Eric was in the chair and he's like, yeah, I don't want it to look like World War II friggin' profile picture or whatever
because
you said.
Every person in World War II seemed to have the same cut, just like draped over.
I don't know what a person in World War II's haircut looked like.
Because it was under the hat.
Or when you put your bangs down, you're like, I look like Irish dude. And I'm like, what in the world?
They're not common references, but just like I don't know. There's like
you make the weirdest references.
British people around my age have like there's like 2 or 3 haircuts that they cycle through.
You make a lot of rock references.
Yeah, you should be good at those.
No, I'm not good at those at all. I don't even know who's in Motley Crue except for Tommy Lee.
Nikki Sixx, Mick Mars, and
okay,
Vince Neil.
Okay. I didn't know Vince Neil, but I knew Nikki Sixx and Mick Mars.
Yeah.
Nikki Sixx more than Mick Mars. But anyways, okay, so he makes a lot of rock references and a lot of English references that I never seem to get.
That's
but
okay.
I just nod and laugh like,
okay.
Good. And then I look on Google like...
You make all kinds of TikTok, Twitter, pop culture references. Like I ended up on your Twitter once and I had no idea what the hell was going on. It's
really?
A whole other world.
Interesting.
You're always referencing people that this is Ashley Thomas and she's like got 13 million followers on whatever platform. I have no idea who it is.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We're both making references from the worlds that we're immersed in.
Is Ashley Thomas a real person?
No.
Okay.
Ashley's somebody and then Thomas is somebody else.
Oh.
Yeah. We're talking about Thomas from Yes Theory and then Ashley Best Dressed.
I
I
wasn't even doing that. I was just making up a name.
Okay. Anyways. Back to what we did today. Yes. So I've been waiting 5 months to get my hair dyed again. So like I said, it's supposed to be a process. So you're supposed to do it every 6 to 8 weeks to safely dye your hair blonde, because you're not supposed to bleach it in one sitting like I did. If you know my hair story, if you don't, there's a video on my YouTube channel called New Me or New Year New Hair Failed. Watch that. That's the history of my hair, and honestly it's one of my proudest videos. Like when I want to send people a video, I'm like, this is a great video to watch. But I did it so terribly back in 2017, bleached it myself twice in one sitting. Then I tried to get lavender. It only stuck to the virgin hairs at the top of my head. And it was just such a bad night. Not bad because I was upset, but like bad for my hair, because that I was slowly killing my hair. That was the start of the end of my hair. Anyways.
Can I just double check that that's still okay? Because it did something funny on the computer.
What do you mean?
Like it made a second track and it says something in blue.
No, that's an old track.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's just moved to a new window?
Yes. Okay. Sorry, Eric is watching
just
the
making sure
recording screen.
Going well, because we're about to
okay,
drop gold
to the story. I feel like I'm like dragging this on. 5 months ago.
No, it's like a stand-up comedian. The main story doesn't matter. It's all the jokes you tell on the way.
You're so right. Okay, so January I started this hair venture with Kim, and I got my hair dyed blonde the safe way by her, and it wasn't that blonde. Like, we had to start slow because what had happened was I had permanent black dye in my hair, and that doesn't come out easily because it's permanent. So as your hair grows, the permanent black dye spot moves down your hair. So when Kim goes to dye it, she dyed it in January, and there was this black spot, so she had to make everything one color to match however much the black spot lifted. Are you following this? Because if you're not following this, then my listeners are not following this.
I mean, I'm following it, but I also have been there for like 5 hours while this has been happening. So
true. So then February I did it again, and then the lockdown happened, and I wasn't able to dye my hair. So I didn't get it to as light as I wanted to yet, not even close. Finally, Kim opens back up, and I have been waiting for this for like a month to do my hair, and today I went in and I got it super blonde. How blonde would you say my hair is?
I don't know. I'm not good at that.
No, but just in layman terms, like compared to what it looked like prior to me going into the salon, what does it look like now?
It's lighter.
Way lighter.
I can appreciate it visually. I just don't have words to describe it.
But like,
it is significantly lighter.
Significantly more blonde.
Yes, but it's not. Well, I was going to do another rock reference, but that's useless, isn't it?
What were you going to say?
Dee Snider.
Who is that?
Twisted Sister.
Okay. What about Bret Michaels? I know him.
Is he like...
He's blonde.
Is he that blonde? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not close to like platinum blonde yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah.
So we're hoping it's going to take like another
I got a lesson in all that.
2 sessions. Yeah, you did get a lesson.
Stripping and lifting and toner.
Stripping, yes. Lifting, toner, yes. These sounds like workouts. Stripping, lifting, toning. So my hair is significantly more blonde, and that's the end of my story. She did some balayage, and then she painted on some more color after I told her what I was trying to go for, because I'm trying to put lavender, like a pastel pink, in my hair eventually, but I have to get it, unfortunately, to a really, really blonde, like blinding blonde. And Eric came with me, like he does.
I decided to break up with the lockdown hair. I wanted to go as long as I could. Mm-hmm. Everyone seemed to give up on that sooner than I was hoping.
Like society.
Yeah, they're all shit houses. But you just hang on a little bit longer. We don't have to really go out in public. Anyways, I wanted to keep going until society was back to normal. Even if that's 18 months, if everyone else could have just got on board,
wow,
I would have appreciated it.
I would not let you grow your hair over your shoulders.
I don't know, like Harry Styles did that at one point. I've been compared to Harry Styles.
You haven't, but you've also been compared to David Dobrik a lot on TikTok.
Yeah.
Harry Styles and David Dobrik.
Yeah.
I don't see the David Dobrik. Your noses do not match.
My nose?
Yeah, like yours. You have a pointy nose. David Dobrik has a round nose.
I don't really retain noses. Like it's not something that registers. I couldn't compare your nose to someone's nose.
Interesting. I can.
You can compare noses?
Yeah, mine like
I can compare eyes.
Mine like goes down and is like sort of like a little flat. I don't know how to explain it. I wish mine was like more like hot girl nose.
Hot girl nose?
Yeah.
What's hot girl nose?
Hot girl nose is like the perfect little slope and then like a little nose turn up at the bottom. My nose turns down at the bottom, but I want like a little tip of the nose turn up. Turn up for what?
Turn down. Turn down.
I know. I was changing it.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, anyways,
your hair.
I decided the first order of business was to comb it out to see how much, because it's kind of curly, so it kind of bunches up. So we brushed it out, and it was crazy.
Yeah, like Einstein crazy.
It was crazy, and it was super like staticky. And then the next order of business was I wanted to straighten it because I wanted to see how long it was if it fell. And that was terrible.
That was
it looked
disgusting.
like I was like a guitar player.
We've gotten Mick Jagger. We've gotten, I said Little Nicky from the movie with Adam Sandler.
But it's like, I don't know. It's like the era when people thought Dane Cook was funny. Like, it's just not good hair. And then when
Is Dane Cook not funny?
I don't think he's funny.
Okay.
Maybe he had like that 6 months where he did like a tour and stadiums.
He's like the only comedian I saw in a stadium.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
in
like
Toronto in like grade 9 or 10.
Like when he did Employee of the Month, and then he had like an arena tour on the back of it. Like he just had his 15 minutes. Like Russell Peters had his 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Russell Peters is funny.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
He has that one stand-up. Not being overly critical. He has like one shtick, and he did it really well on the first stand-up.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work anymore.
Kevin Hart's funny though.
Yeah, Kevin Hart's good. Why are we comparing comedians? We're talking about my hair.
I don't know.
So
it's the journey of a stand-up comedian. It's the jokes in between.
So my straightened hair, when I put on a hat and sunglasses to go out and drive to get my hair cut, it looked like a disguise.
Yeah, it really did.
I was like an artist's sketch, like a police composite sketch. It was not okay.
Like the Unabomber.
But I've gone back. I think we used a picture from January. So I've officially rewound to January. It's been 10 months since I got my haircut, maybe 9.
Yeah,
it's
since
been
last
going
November.
Strong.
You know what's funny though? You say you reset back to January, and what were we doing back in January? We were moving to New York.
Yeah.
We were getting our own place together. We popped a bottle of champagne, and now what are we doing?
Well, we're going to pack up New York and then move, if you want to use that term, to Toronto.
Yeah, yeah, we are moving to Toronto because we moved to New York and now we're moving back to Toronto.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you just reset to January.
Yeah, I'm going to try it all again.
So now we're trying it all again. Speaking of our move. Yeah. So are you excited? Like on a scale of like excited to really dreading it, how are you feeling about moving to Toronto?
Are you talking about being in the new place or the act of moving, like the carrying stuff from New York?
Let's talk about being in a new place first.
Being in a new place, I think we've done well. Mm-hmm. I think that we found a good place to go. I think that we found space, so we'll have a bedroom and an office and a living space with a kitchen area and a balcony. Mm-hmm. Like there's places to move. There's good lighting and tall windows, and it's an environment that I feel like it just works for me, and it's right like in the core of busy Toronto.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Yeah. For me, same. But the biggest thing is that it's in the core and it's going to feel like New York City.
I think it's as close to New York as we could get this side of the border.
Absolutely. Like everything that I loved about Toronto when I went to university here was where we are living now.
Yeah.
And I wanted that on a 10-time scale, which is New York. So if we have to go back to my favorite part of Toronto, which feels like New York, then I'm happy about that. That's it. And then we were also talking about like, we're happy because the limitations that we would have in the U.S. as Canadian citizens doesn't apply to us now being back.
Yeah, we want to do more professionally.
Yeah, exactly.
So like in terms
career-wise.
of career opportunities and just working with people and for people.
Yeah.
We want to be able to take on our own clients for.
I think that's also what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
Is like the fact that I love New York, so because I want to be there, I would sacrifice the career thing and just do the job that I'm going there for, which is graphic design. But because we don't have that limitation anymore, I am so excited to see where life takes us and where our ambition takes us. Mm-hmm. And, I hope to God that everything that we say about ourselves, about us being doers and not people who just talk, I hope we prove that to ourselves.
I think it's a good time to do it because I think a lot of the world is rethinking business in general.
Yeah.
So people aren't necessarily having office spaces the same way.
Right.
So the even the act of being in New York for work, mm-hmm. if all we could do was work, but now we're stuck to work from home.
Yeah. Is it really New York?
You're not able to go out and do the same things, and then you're not even able to collaborate with people mm-hmm. and interact. It's mm-hmm. like getting on a Zoom call rather than just talking to the person to your right.
Yeah.
You don't really absorb the same opportunities to learn.
Totally. And just speaking of the culture of New York, like even if New York is deemed safe to go out and like ride the subway and do all the activities, I don't think personally I would feel safe. Like I don't think that I would, even though the scientists could be right, I think it would take me a little bit of time to get back out there.
I'm not even on like I'm on the side of things where it's like, even if we could, is it the same yet?
Right, exactly.
Is it the same as this time last year when we could just go into a restaurant or go up to a bar and...
It's not.
So that filtered experience, if we could have it in Toronto where we're not going to be limited in other ways.
Yeah. And the virus is way more controlled here.
Yeah.
I mean, numbers are climbing, I saw, but anyways.
I'm not that arsed about that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at career opportunities and
same.
You being close access to the healthcare without having to get on a plane.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
which we can barely even do.
This is the immediate future.
Which, speaking of planes,
we have to get on a plane.
Okay, so
Christ.
Moving on to our moving debacle now. Who knew it was so hard to pack your things up from New York City and move literally 9 hours away to Toronto by car, 1 hour by plane? It is so hard. And I don't know why it's so hard.
Like logistically, just
like
getting
logistically,
all of the
it is so hard. And you know, there are barriers now because of COVID. That's the
biggest context.
It is the biggest context because otherwise we could technically rent a car from here, drive it there, drive it back, and bring it back here. So most of our troubles have been trying to find a vehicle to put our stuff in.
Not a lot of places do one-way rentals where you drive it across a border and leave it on the other side.
Yeah, let alone in another country.
Through the pandemic.
Yeah, through the pandemic especially. So we called so many, and I say so many, like 6 to 8 rental car places that are international.
I don't mind the hunt of that. I just hate the fact that every single one that didn't allow it didn't know they did not allow cross-border until they... So you had to go through the waiting and the pressing all the stupid buttons and talking to the computer voice. And then you get on the phone and there was one person who was like challengingly slow.
Yeah.
And... You
kept
go
getting our
all
date
of these
wrong.
questions and you answer the date and where you want to pick it up and what kind of car you want, and then you get to the end and it's like, I'm seeing here on our end that we actually can't accommodate the one-way rental, and it could have saved me 25 minutes.
Eric actually just hung up on that one. I'm more polite.
No, but you do the pretend you got disconnected, hung up. So you start saying a sentence and partway through the sentence you press end, so they think, oh no, they got disconnected. So you don't get a little flag on your name.
Oh my God.
Pro tip, hang on to that one.
Yeah. Make sure you're halfway through a sentence before you hang up if you want to hang up, so they think you're disconnected. Actually, I hung up on somebody because somebody else was calling me, and then I just decided not to answer the other person, and they called me twice. So I was very impressed. Speaking of, so first of all, we had a debacle about transportation. And now we found out that we are going to have one hell of a time driving from Toronto to New York City. So that's literally not an option for us. We can't take a car from Toronto to New York and back to Toronto.
It's the through the border part.
Exactly.
There's
the
only
land
a few
border
things you're allowed to get through, which
is weird.
Yeah.
Because the land border is closed, but then the border told us we could fly by air and we would be fine, which is super weird.
I don't get it.
I mean, we have a valid excuse. We need to literally clear out an apartment and move back to our own country because of the pandemic. Like, that is a valid excuse.
If one kind of border.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to drive through for one reason, but for the same reason you can get on a plane. She was telling me the sea border was shut. Like, I'm going to get in like a canoe and paddle over.
Yeah, it's super weird. But we do what we have to do. So we are flying there. And then we're going to have a couple days there.
Where do we source the welding mask face shield?
I don't know. That's another thing. Because I am when I say deathly afraid of the coronavirus, like, I think I said this on the last podcast, right? Whenever somebody coughs or feels sick or has a headache or anything mild, like, ouch, I'm like, can you taste? Can you taste things? Do you have a fever?
You need like candies in your pocket. Scared. Can you taste this? Just hand it to the person.
I'm so scared of getting this virus, like beyond scared. Anyways, I want a shield as well as a mask. Like, I'm going to wear my face mask, but I also want like a face shield because I don't want anything potentially getting in my eyes, nose, or mouth. My poor ears, I have to get like ear mufflers to cover that shit. Like, I am so scared. So anyways, I need to find a way to get a face shield, like a gardening, welding, mask, whatever, and hope that they don't...
You're going to dress like a beekeeper.
You know what's funny is that in normal days prior to the pandemic, that would be like security risk, like red flag.
I'm really interested to see how they do all
now
this.
I really don't think that it's going to be a red flag. It's going to be like, you are normal. Do we have to lift
our mask down to check our passport, surely?
Probably. As long as the border agent doesn't cough in her face, we should be okay.
I don't know if this is wrong to ask, but what do they do for people where for cultural reasons they cover their face?
I don't know.
How do they handle passport checks for that? Is there a private room? I
don't know. Yeah, maybe a private room.
Maybe.
That's actually probably the best option.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. If you guys know, tweet us. Anyways, so then we're going to spend a couple of days there. We don't know what we're going to do there yet, but we're going to like have a goodbye tour.
Have ideas, yeah.
Like a little last rendezvous safely, and then we're going to pack up the car or we had to get a U-Haul because that's the only option.
10-foot U-Haul.
A 10 by 10 foot U-Haul. Look it up. It's the smallest U-Haul that you can take across the border. We couldn't get a cargo van. It's really touchy subject here.
We could fit everything in like an SUV.
An SUV. We could fit do
you know how much space is going to be in that U-Haul?
Wait, we need to talk about the mattress real quick.
Okay.
So the reason why we were originally looking at a U-Haul is because I wanted to bring a mattress, a mini fridge, and an air conditioning unit home to Canada, and my Mac desktop computer. These are the 4 biggest items that we're bringing home. The mattress, the biggest, so we needed space. Apparently, after researching so much shit about how to ship a mattress, because we were looking at that as an option so that we can get a smaller rental car or whatever, I didn't even know that you have to fumigate your mattress, get it cleaned, get it fumigated, and have like an authentic certification that the cleaner gives you that says this is a certified, cleaned, and fumigated
specific
mattress.
Chemicals they've used.
This is how we cleaned it, blah, 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 just to bring your mattress across the border. So we decided against it. I'm really sad about it because I really love my mattress. Really love it. And it just feels like a piece of New York that I'm taking back with me. Like, I got that mattress in New York. You love the mattress. I love the mattress.
What about the bowl? The bowl is a more symbolic
but the
piece.
Bowl is cracked.
I know, but that's the point. It still holds stuff.
That's true.
That's the metaphor.
Okay, this bowl is the first bowl that I ever got that I ate ramen out of when I moved to New York City.
Right. But it's you are the bowl.
Ah.
Like, the bowl is cracked, but it still holds stuff.
Wow.
Like, you can't be beaten down. You're still going.
I love that. So we're going to pack up our stuff. I'm going to do some packing on the night that we arrive, even though we're arriving pretty late. And then we're going to pack. We're going to have our 2 days, Friday, Saturday, and then we're going to pack on Sunday morning.
We have a gift card. We have to get burgers.
Yes, we do. We do have a gift card. And then we're going to pack up the U-Haul. And then Eric's going to drive 10 hours. I have to drive the
U-Haul. I'm totally fine with the 10 hours.
Yeah.
I'm less fine with driving through Manhattan in a U-Haul, but I feel like it'll be okay because apparently the streets are a lot less busy.
They are empty, I'm telling you.
I did not want to drive in full-fledged Manhattan traffic with a loaded U-Haul.
I really don't think we're having that. But how are we going to secure everything? Because we're not going to fill up the back of the 10 foot by 10 foot.
When I was doing all the paperwork for the thing, they give you specs. It's like you put the heaviest crap in there first and just go.
But it doesn't like move around.
I don't know. Like, most people fill a U-Haul.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
we're not.
We could pack everything in the front seat. Basically,
I know they're gonna open up our U-Haul at the border and they're gonna be like, "What?
It's gonna be scary. They're gonna start banging the walls. Like, where have you hid this stuff?"
Oh my god! What if they find something in the walls?
Don't.
Okay. You know, the CIA deemed manifestation real?
What do you mean?
Like, manifestation is a real thing. They put out a document.
The CIA?
Put out a document that manifestation is a real thing. I shouldn't have brought this up. But yeah, manifestation is certified by the CIA as a real thing. What?
This part might not go out.
What do you mean?
We can't put manifested stuff into the ether.
No. We're going to have a smooth trip back.
Okay.
Smooth trip.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great time in New York City.
We can't do drive-thrus. It's a 10-foot truck.
We can't do drive-thrus. And you know what? We're going to film it. So you can expect a YouTube video. Yes, I'm going to be back on YouTube. And that's all I got to say about that. We were trying to find, our like motto is, what is the path of least resistance that saves us the most money? Mm-hmm. And that was getting a U-Haul because that was our only option. Getting rid of the mattress and getting a new one when we move all our stuff here, and flying there and driving back.
The thing that I kind of went with too is that doing the buying a new mattress thing, like, it feels a pain in the ass because you're leaving a perfectly good mattress, but sometimes it's worth it to pay a little more and just save yourself the hassle.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know.
I agree.
The thing about the certified fumigation. It's not like the government gives you a form that you can bring in. Like there's
No,
not like a
like-
regulated process for
Yeah.
this. So we were gonna have to pay
$150.
that's right, $200 ish Canadian, and not know if
Oh,
the
you're right.
certification that they were gonna give us would fly at the border.
Yeah.
And
or
then we get to the border and have to dump the mattress.
dump the
anyways.
mattress anyways and lose $150, $200 Canadian. Or we pretend that we don't know that we had to get it certified, play dumb, bring the mattress to the border and see if they let it through or not. And if they take it, we lose no money because we know it's a clean, perfectly good mattress. And speaking of, I called the border agents and they were like, oh, yeah, you just have to look online. The mattress people will tell you if they have certification or not. And I'm like, okay, but how do I know if it's legit certification? And they were like, oh, just look at the reviews. I'm like, really? So I called 7 to 8 mattress people and they all had no idea what the certificate was. And they were really nice about it, but they had no idea. So we just decided, well, I called my mom and then we decided to ditch the mattress.
It's vague enough at the best of times getting through the border.
Yeah.
Not least with a U-Haul.
Yeah, I know.
Not least with
I
a
just don't
mattress in
want,
the back.
I want smooth sailing. So I just want to love the US still. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Anyways, we'll update you guys on that. You can follow my
Not
Instagram
looking
at
forward to it.
EVIE, EVIE,
I know.
WHY. I post consistently on my Instagram stories if you want constant updates of us. And you could expect a moving vlog, video, whatever we're going to do with that footage on my YouTube channel, which is of the same name.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it. There's so much more we could unpack about moving from New York to Toronto, like the fact that our plans are, yeah, okay, fine, we'll put it in the vlog. All right, guys, we will be in your ears next week. Thanks for listening.
Tickling.
Wait, what's the question?
Oh, right. Question of the week?
Yeah.
Okay. Chocolate.
Yeah.
Do you keep it in the fridge or in the cupboard? Like there is a right answer to this, but it's a bit of a trick question.
Like it's hard because when I want to eat it, I want it just in the cupboard. But the fridge will make it last longer and it won't melt and I won't have to worry about the heat potentially. So I would say keep it in the fridge.
You know I got a system for this.
No.
It takes 5 to 10 minutes to make the perfect brew.
Yeah.
So you leave your chocolate in the fridge and take it out when you boil the kettle. So by the time the tea is made,
yeah,
it is a perfect temperature chocolate,
yeah,
ready to be dunked in your completed brew. It's foolproof.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys next week. Bye. Next week. Bye.